Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guests today are Mira Kim and Carrie Boston from Red Cedar Chamber, beginning and in the midst of another long series of concerts, because y'all perform, when you decide to do a concert, you don't just perform it like once or twice. You go everywhere and play everything.
Yeah.
So
we're slow learners.
So we'll get to that part later, but I want to start by talking about kind of what's going on with this, because you're calling this Return to Roots, and this is a little unusual in that it is just the two of you.
Yep, it's just the two of us, and we're kind of celebrating. In 2016, Carrie and I became the directors of Red Cedar after Jan Boland and John Dowdall had, run the organization for 20 years.
Founded and run the organization before they found someone that they could trust to turn it over to. I would argue spent 20 years finding the people that they could trust to take it over for them.
And we find ourselves in that dilemma as well. We are also looking for those people. But for now, we're thrilled to be performing together still. And the very first piece that we commissioned as the new directors was Red Cedar Express by Michael Kimber, a longtime friend of ours who's a violist and a composer, and went on to be our composer in residence later. But initially, we just wanted a big razzle-dazzle concert opener, and that's what he gave us. And now we're returning to it. We've played it many times over the years, but we're bringing it back to the formal concert stage with this program. And it's been so fun. It's funny. I don't want to say that when we first perform a piece, we don't perform it very well. But as you mature and grow with a piece of music, it takes on new dimensions that are hard to get, in the first go around.
Well, and it really becomes a part of you in a way that a new piece really, no matter how great, can't.
Yeah. So we've enjoyed revisiting that, and it's going to be lights out.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great piece. Yeah. And, part of...
Sit up a little, Carrie.
Yeah, part of doing a lot of performances is that, we get to grow with a piece, and we get more experience with it. So doing that and being able to come back to it years later is great. The big work on the program, the Kodai duo, was also in our first season, and also on that first program that we produced, and it's a monster piece. It's 30 minutes long. Kodai wrote it. He and Bart, just at the beginning of the 1900s. He and Bartók were good friends, and they had this group of performers. The Waldbauer Karpelli Quartet was among them, and they produced some really incredible concerts with their premieres on it. So this was originally performed by Waldbauer, the Imre Waldbauer, a Hungarian violinist, and Eugene Karpelli. And actually, Waldbauer was at the University of Iowa when my teacher James Dixon started.
Oh, wow.
His undergraduate degree. He came after the war. So in 1948, he was there, and he actually gave Dixon his start conducting because he wondered who this kid was, sitting up in the back of his string seminar. He was trying to learn more about strings. And he said, "Oh, that's Jim Dixon. He wants to be a conductor. Whoa, Jimmy, come down here." and that's the first conducting that Dixon did at the University of Iowa. So at any rate, I've always had a big connection to the works that Bartók and Kodai wrote in those years, and I love this piece. And it's just it's 3 movements, but it's like 30 minutes long, and it is exhausting. So we're not playing anything after we play that.
It's a virtuosic work, and we get to do a lot of different things. I think there'll be some sounds that people aren't used to hearing from our instruments, and then the fact that we are once again returning to this work.
Yeah.
I remember it being such a challenge 10 years ago. And while it's still challenging, our bodies are 10 years older, but our minds are 10 years craftier now.
Our standards are 10 years better, I think, So we're actually asking for more, but it's coming pretty easily. It was a struggle last time. I mean, we played it really well, but it was.
And I'm changing bowings and fingerings and really getting inside it in a way that wasn't possible the first time around. So looking forward to it.
Well, and not, and of course, when you're playing chamber music is always a small ensemble, and mostly you're, pretty much playing all the time. But this is a little extra stressor, just the two of you bearing the brunt of this huge piece.
Yeah.
So we're going to be performing this. We start performing it next week or the week of February 19th, and then we'll be actually in the Linn-Mar High School to perform for them. And as we were walking in, Carrie said, "Are you okay playing this Kodai 3 times in a row on that one day?" And I thought about it. I was like, well, I think so.
Yep.
But it hadn't occurred to me that we were going to be doing that. So thanks for bringing it up.
It's okay.
And I think you've got something on the program from another noted past composer in residence too, Jerry Owen.
Jerry Owen was actually our first composer in residence, and the founder of the program, and he helped Jan and John design it and figure out what the expectations were. He was the first composer in residence of Orchestra Iowa as well.
Yep.
I mean, he's my very first public performance in Iowa in the fall of 1993 was a premiere of Jerry Owen's Suite of Colors for cello and piano, my first performance here. And so, I mean, old friend. And he right before Christmas, he sent us this duo. And it is an arrangement or a setting of a movement from Gypsy Inspirations, which Red Cedar commissioned in 2003. So
different instrumentation at that time, of course.
But he had come to hear us, Global Consortium, last fall at Opus Concert Cafe, and he said he just was reminded how we play together, and he wanted to do this for us. So it was our Christmas present, right? Oh. And I can't wait. It's beautiful. It's
Merry Christmas from Jerry.
I mean,
exactly.
These composers in residence, they don't ever stop. Really. They have their 3-year term, but
they never go all the way away.
Yeah.
Well, as I said at the beginning, this is going to be kind of a monumental pieces and a monumental series of concerts. You've really kind of outdone yourselves because you're going to be on tour with this for the better part of 6 weeks. It looks like,
Yep.
that's a little bit longer of a span than you often do.
Because of spring break in there, and we do have a week of educational residencies that breaks that up as well. But we start with a good many concerts right away. Thursday night next week, February 19th. We're at Lau Park in Marion. That's a public concert free. And then we have a lot of rural outreach concerts. Anamosa is going to be a new time site. Williamsburg, Springville, Central City, close by to Lynn County people. So we're really looking forward. And we're going to Vinton. We're going back to Vinton to the public library there, we haven't been in several years.
So if you're listening to this during the February span, the concerts will include Lau Park on the 19th. I'm looking at the schedule here. We got Fairfax, got Springfield, got Anamosa, and that gets us into March. And then we'll probably play this back again as we head into your final concert at the end of March. So for those who are listening at that time, those concerts are already over. But you can see you
There's
can catch
more.
You can catch the rest of them. Got some. You mentioned Vinton. Williamsburg in March, Oak Knoll, I know you go there a lot, and then your main kind of the main stage concert, you always bring it home.
Yep.
At the end, and that'll be at the James on March 27th, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
What's the difference between one of those rural outreach concerts? I know some of them are in small spaces, libraries, and things like that, but not all of them are. I mean, some of them are in nice concert venues, but then how does it feel differently doing that final concert at the James or wherever?
Oh, I think it's because we live stream it and record it. I mean, we record along the way, so we always have a good idea what we're doing. but the live stream and the recording make it more of an event. But actually, just people, it's a more formal affair, and it's a ticketed event, and so. We try and bring our A game. Well, we try and bring our A game every day.
Yeah,
but there's more pressure, and that actually is a good thing.
Pressure can be good.
Yeah.
But I love the intimate performances that are less formal. Sometimes audience members talk to us in between, or ask us questions, and sometimes they're 3 feet away, and I really enjoy that.
Kid reading Dr. Seuss on the floor in front of you.
I mean, well, at Fairfax, I think it was last season, Fairfax Library. It's a very small community room, and it really, I don't know what the fire code is, but it only seats about 30 people. We had to put kids on the floor, and we had to, it was a nice day, and we had to open the door so people could sit right outside the door. And then there were other people sitting where they couldn't see us at all, because it was, that's a great experience. Just a great experience. So every site is different.
Every site's a little different, and we see friends that have come to that same site year after year, and so we've gotten to know them, and so we're excited about every venue.
Red Cedar Chamber and the Return to Roots concert. Just Carrie and Mira, just the two of them, returning to the way they originally did when they started 10 years ago. And again, as we said, a lot of concerts running from February 19th to March 27th. There will certainly be one someplace near you. And if you'd like to take a look at that full schedule, you can do so at the website, which is
www.redcedar.org.
And you did mention that you do record and you also live stream the final concert. So if for some reason somebody can't get to it, or if you saw them at a Rural Outreach concert and want to hear it again, you can do that for the live stream.
Yeah.
Is the live stream from your website?
Everything's on YouTube.
It's linked on our website.
Okay.
Yeah, but everything's
or on our YouTube channel under
which
live.
is just Red Cedar Chamber Music, all one word. Yeah.
All right.
So.
Well, as I said, you've set yourself quite the tour, but I know you've got some more stuff coming up this spring as well. So
we'll be back.
Yeah, so we'll talk as those get closer as well. But thanks a lot for being with me today.
Yeah,
our pleasure.
Dennis.
Thank you.
It's great.
You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio most weekdays at 10:30, on demand at kcck.org/culture, or subscribe using your favorite podcast player. Watch our videos on the KCCK Facebook and YouTube channels. Our producer is Lydia Kilgore. The Culture Crawl theme is composed by Vivian Shanley. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll talk to you later.